Greetings everyone, my name is Gerard. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Just One Good Trade, a trading channel in which you get to see a professional trader have trades and also explain the logic behind the trades is taking. And this trader, of course, is moi, Gerard. Right now we are already in the sell position. We have entered somewhere here, I believe, and the reason is we've hit a major resistance line, as one of our indicators mentioned. Let us indicators indicated, and one of my major point of entry is when a decisive candle not only breaks the 200 period, the weighted moving average, but also the 150, and then on top of it you have it breaking the Bollinger Band 30 to 14 period SMA, which is a simple moving average, and a 50 period SMA. Now the real question is, it's a trade. Right now we have 3 pips. It's how long is it gonna go? That's really it. How far is this movement gonna go? Is it a small little movement? Is it gonna stop somewhere here? For example, this is a support line. Let's draw a line for a support line. It's not a major one, so let's do this. Is it gonna cross? And then something else I would like to do is enact my Donchian. That way it tells me visually what is the low that I have to, the low of the day, of the movement that I would have to cross in order to fully know that a trade is coming. Now at the same time, I also know that a real massive movement would have to cross all the way down here. So it would cross here and go all the way here and see where it's going. Now, as a trader, you're always thinking about where's your exit. For example, are you thinking exiting as target or exiting as if it's reversing and the trade is over? So right now I have this as a major target. This line, which is a resistance line, that's a major target for me. And let's see how it does as it touches this line. Now, how about if it reverses? What is you gonna do? So if it reverses, one of my good, I like this. If it reverses, one of my, let's see, I don't want it to reverse, but let's continue to go down. That would, this line and this line would be a point of, this line would tell me, okay, I think this is the end of the line for this trade, and we should think about exiting if it reverses past here. Now let's hope that it touches this line, which I'll be very excited if it does. That's great analysis. And I will always mention to traders and the traders that I mentor, the same trade that generate 10, 20, 30 pips, sometimes these are the trades that generate just 5 pips. Same entry, and same exit strategy. Sometimes the movements are smaller, and you have to accept that. Right now, this is just a 9 pip trade. Just the other day, this same type of setup was a 30 pip trade, and 30 pips within, okay, yes, 15, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. And right now we're probably, let's see, when did I enter? I entered here, 8:49. That's just 10 minutes. So it does have some room to grow. Okay, is it gonna cross this? Okay, is it gonna touch it? Oh man, if it touches it and crosses it, yes, cross it. See, that's one of the things that I fear. It crosses it, then reverses out of shyness. Like, why? I don't know. Just continue going down, my friend. Oof. See, that's one of the thing about the market that is superbly, annoyingly predictable. You want some signs to show. Like, for example, this going all the way here, crossing. When it reverses past a major resistance or support line, sometimes there's not much. But where is my exit point? A real exit point would be here. But I'm putting this here in hope that, hoping that it's eventually gonna go down, cross this, and give us 20,000 pips. Or not. You can say I'm a dreamer, but you can be one too. If it crosses this, that's a major free fall. I can expect at least 10 more pips. And 10 more pips would make me quite happy. So let's see what is happening here. There's a little tug of war happening with the buyers and the sellers. This little war happening here. Okay, so it's crossing. Okay, 3 pips reversal. Wondering if I should exit. I don't know yet. Let's see. I don't know yet. Just go all the way down. Go all the way down. Go all the way down. There's no business going back up again. You don't need to. You don't have to. Oh my god. Okay. I think it's saying it wants to. Should I exit yet? It's not a good sign. This would have to go all the way here, at least to the middle, for me to know that it's still thinking about, that the market is still thinking about furthering its movement down. See? Go. I think it can. Oh, so here we're having a bullish cross this line, go here, and go all the way down. These are the moments where, of course, this is wishful thinking. My talking is just, I'm doing this, I'm engaging this banter for just mental sanity, right? But in truth, we are interpreters of the market. I don't tell the market what to do. The market isn't hearing me. In fact, the market is an inanimate entity. The market is function based on some big players that maybe we don't know, and individuals such as I, who are, some people are entering in trades right now. So right now we are simply observing the market and hoping it does that. But then if it doesn't, we need the mental strength and resilience to accept that the market does what it does. All the while hoping it plunges down and gives us 20,000 more pips. That would be quite the crash, wouldn't it? So let's say, if the market gives me 50 more pips, I'll be quite a happy gentleman. How about that? Give me 50 more pips. There's no market crash, and we good. Okay? So here, as we know, this is a major resistance line. And what I like to do, I like for me to mentally, and this is my own trading, I look at the lows or the highs and I put 5 pips. And this is how I measure whether I'm gonna have another good segment of trading. from the low that if it goes 5 more pips, I know, okay, so I can prepare myself for a good set of trades. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to be decisive and move my visual, what I consider the visual stop loss, a little down. That way I know mentally if this is meant to go down, meant to exit. Right now it's doing something I don't like. Just continue going down, my friend. We don't need to have a reversal. Alright, let's continue going down. We talked about 20,000 more pips down. Let's do this. Something we can also do is check the other. For example, this is the 5-minute chart. Now something I notice is, like for example here, if price action tends to gravitate towards SMAs or WMAs, which are simple moving average or weighted moving average, here let's say, oh man, that's a major move back up. Oof, I don't like that. So let's say you would have 10 to 30 more pips. Oof, let's go back to the 1 minute. Okay, it's not so dire, although so this would be here a good target. I'm going to put this here, put it and give it a nice blue color. You do everything to mentally help yourself trade well. If you're a color person, you indulge in colors. Okay? Let's put this line in the middle. Then remember when we went to the 5-minute chart, this line here is the line where the 200 to 150 and 150 weighted moving average ended. I have a theory that when price action touches those lines or those indicators, something often happens. It's either it crosses it crosses it and reaches 5 pips after, or it crosses it or touch it and reverse and the trade is over. So let's see what's going to happen. But so far I'm liking this trade. Again, we do know that my aim is that it touches here, and then my hope is that it goes even further. Isn't that our hope? All of us. So we're hoping. But I believe and I believe. Very real questions this morning. What I'm going to do, I'm going to measure this and do something similar. Just see if we were to have a similar movement, where would it end? Oof, 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 oof. That's a major, that's a, stop. That's a, look at that. There's a resistance line down, which means there's a chance it might go all the way down here. If it did, it would be 20 more pips, but I don't know when. If it's going to be one swift movement down, or would it be a movement where it's going back and forth? I'm not quite sure. I would like it if it goes choop, 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 goes all the way down here. That would be amazing and lovely and stress-free. So let us see what it does. Yes, so right now there is a little bit of disturbance of the force in the force. Look at this. We have the 30 period SMA and middle Bollinger Band slowly but surely going down, and you have this little tug of war happening here, and all of a sudden this is moving. Is it going to cross this and reach the middle? If it reaches the middle, then here's what I think. If it reaches the middle, then we are in a situation where we have this gray area where this will become a very decisive exit point if it reverses. Now, if it reaches the middle and gets this, okay, we're in good shape. Let's do this. Please, you can just cross this and then reach all the way here. Well done. Let's go all the way here. Now, we have to be decisive. If it reaches this line and reverses right away, we have to accept that this is the end of the line. We have, okay, see this? Very intense. Very, very intense. Is it going to cross it or just reverse swiftly? Okay, see, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. It might just reverse back. So let's be very intentional about what's happening. From here, I'm going to put this towards the middle. It does that once in a while. Like, I'm aware that it needs to cross back and continue for us to know that it's really going to continue going down. If it goes and crosses the middle, I'm worried. And it's going to do it. Give us something nice. Now it's taking it back. Okay. If it continues going up, we have to exit. Four. Go down. Go back down. Go back down. Go back down. Go back down. Cross the middle. Okay. Sometimes the market is annoyingly predictable. Moment of indecisiveness. The middle here, cross it, cross this, and go all the way down. But if it doesn't do that, we have to accept that the market does whatever it does. Of course, yes, there can be some stress right now, but it doesn't need to be. We have to accept. We have to accept the market does what it does, despite our wishes. We have the 30 SMA and middle Bollinger Band being here. But really, let's put this here. Okay. Are you playing with our emotions? And yes, we exited this trade. Just as swiftly as it went down, it swiftly went up. And just like I said, there's some stress that are not necessary. I'm glad that we recognize that it does that. It would touch. Just let me show you something interesting. See the 5 minute? See what it did? Look at here. It touched the weighted and moving average, then reversed back. It crossed it. It did not cross it for more than 5 pips. It did kind of 5 pips maybe, and then just reversed back. And that's what I've noticed with the market. That's why I don't have a lot of indicators. Yes, I mess around a lot with support and resistance lines. They're mental or visual component of my trading. But most importantly, what I need is the stochastics and my Bollinger Bands, and of course the moving averages, whether it's weighted or simple moving averages. These I found have been great to me, and they're easy to follow, and I'm happy about what they do for me. Now, there's one thing that I will mention to you traders. See right now, we exited, and then the market is somewhat telling us, oh, you should have stayed, you should have stayed. Yes, in my strategy, I will admit that normally, let's say, and when I'm in full power, let's say when I'm in a trade and let's say I have 30 more pips, I have 30 pips, I will wait for price action to cross 30 in the middle Bollinger Band. I admit, and maybe I should have done this, but I didn't know. I don't know. So I cashed in my profits, and I think I'm good with that. I am very good with that. Now there is a chance that it touches those lines and bounce back down and does double this profit, double, like, which means here and gets here. But all I know is we know what's gonna get here and bounce back up, and it did. And I wonder if this is a point where we should have just, if it happened, we just exit, and then if it's gonna cross it back, we enter again, maybe in the future. But this is how I make good little profits. Again, thank you very much for being with me this morning. Thank you for this wonderful 20 minutes of trading. Today you were able to see how I use entries, but more importantly, how I juggle exit points, and whether those exit points are target based on the simple moving average on different time frames. For example, I entered here with this candlestick formation. See this candlestick formation here, and engulfing candlestick formation, crossed all these SMAs and then started going down. Now I did not exit here. Why? Because it was just one candle, and one of my strategies is that it doesn't cross back the previous untrend, like this one, untrend decisive candle. It didn't cross that back. Now this gets to be at least 50-60%, which is a candlestick formation. When you get a reverse candle in on a resistance line, man, that could have been a good reversal trade. Look at this. This is stochastics oversold candlestick formation exactly on a resistance line. Here it's crossing. If I was bold enough, I would enter again, and most likely I could expect from here to here, which is, I would say, how much is that? A good 11 pips, which is not so bad at all. So we could see where it goes, but this is my reasoning, and in order to have an idea where it's gonna end, we looked at the 5-minute chart. We noticed, sorry, keep on moving this. We noticed that the SMA, the W, the weighted moving average was very close, and my experience and my strategy as a scalper tells me that if it doesn't cross both lines swiftly and decisively, or crosses it meekly and reverses, this is an exit sign. And we heeded to my advice, and we won. We made a little profit this morning, and I'm looking at more restaurants in Minneapolis, and I promise that next time when we talk, I will make some nice suggestion in case you come to Minneapolis, or maybe I'll talk about some of my favorite restaurants in places that I've been in New Orleans, San Diego, Orlando, Tejas, and Arizona, and of course Sedona, which I had a wonderful time. Again, if you enjoyed this channel, consider subscribing, just so you can really experience more growth, and you can see me as I'm growing as a trader. And thank you so much for being with me, and I'm looking forward to your comments, because all I'm excited about right now is you telling me, Gerard, I was able to travel to Thailand with just one good trade a day.